Peace, y'all. This is going to be an additional collective reading for spiritual upgrades that people might be experiencing. Okay, so we have shaman energy. That's a huge deal. So this is actually very important, y'all. Okay, so we have these cards that have showed up here. We have the shaman energy. We have good juju, and we have divine lineage. Actually, this is not divine lineage, but this is celestial alignment. So what is coming through is that the energy upgrades that will be experienced this week will be descending upon those who are light workers, people who are spiritual workers, could be called root workers, ugas, mambos, medicine women, medicine men, herbal workers, anyone who is working with energy in a metaphysically expansive way that particularly assists others, and whether it be protecting people with their services, protecting people, healing people, realigning people, healing the earth, rituals for their personal lineages, breaking hex work, anything along those lines. Those who operate on a higher heart level, those spiritual workers will be rewarded. How do I say given more power, more gifts coming in. And the interesting thing is that they are already higher ranked. It just does not appear as so on the earth plane because of all the illusion and the showboating of certain current spiritual workers that have certain followings and followers, and a lot of people not knowing how they actually feel behind closed doors, how they attempt to deify themselves or to make themselves more self-important than they already are, because this whole thing ain't about one person. This whole thing is about all of us. And we're not about to be genuflecting to anybody around these parts. So what's coming through is people who are true servants of the light are going to be poured into, and truly proven that God has not forgotten about you, and God thanks you. The angelics thank you, and your sacred ancestors thank you for not having a very big head and for being balanced on how you see yourself, knowing and being confident that the workings that you have been doing have been greatly impacting the energies on this planet. Because had it not been for a lot of spirit workers, this whole thing would have tipped over the edge. It is a lot of people who have been having to move in silence, having to move in invisibility in order to keep doing the works and to keep this thing going. So it is just so important that you know that if you are a light worker and you have kept your heart very clean through these times, despite the viewership or the amount of supporters or the turnouts or whatever, what have you, if one person is even listening, the universe is listening. If you're opening your mouth to speak and sharing messages, it's being heard. It's in the airwaves. It's in the ethers. And what opposition did not want was for many heart-aligned light workers to continue going. They wanted them to feel like they were not being heard and that none of this mattered. It always mattered. It always mattered, because at the end of the day, you didn't stop. Your conviction was immovable. It was deeply rooted in the earth, in sacred soil. So there are going to be a lot of shifts. So what does that mean again? Higher reward, more spiritual gifts, more spiritual abundance. And that could translate into physical abundance, physical gifts. More luck energy, more miracle energy. I feel opposition is just so mad about this, but there was no stopping this. And it's like they try to throw jabs of, you should feel shame. You should feel like this is not working. Like, nah, like that's not how any of us were built. That's not how any of us were built, because some of us, we don't have short range vision. We have long range vision. We see past all of this illusion. We see past all of these delays and these setbacks. You get a bucket of water and you throw it on the monster, it melts. You want to know what's real? What's real is you. You're still breathing. You're still alive. You're still doing the work. That's what's real. Expect rewards to be coming in. If you were seeding light into this planet, expect rewards. Expect it. That's the sacred math. Ashe.